So recently, Evil Geniuses decided to disband or kick Misery from the team. I know I gave a drastic overview or take on it previously, but this is the actual facts. Misery is the captain of Evil Geniuses, or was the captain. With his leadership, they were doing very well, they practiced very hard, but when it came to the tournaments, they performed extremely poorly. So this interview or this episode of Crystalis Dota, we basically look at Misery's perspective, his point of view on why he was kicked off the team. Maybe this might give you another perspective on how you want to judge him or judge Evil Geniuses. And some juicy parts of his podcast are very interesting because he talks about the inner circle, the drama within Evil Geniuses. We all know stuff that's outside, that's relayed outside, but we really don't know what's going within, you know? So some of the questions he answers is regarding why he was kicked, what is the real relationship between Evil Geniuses and Sumail, why Arteezy remains to be so regarded, so highly respected on the team, you know, and what's going on with the team. So, from the beginning, Misery says it was a bad atmosphere after they lost at the GESC Thailand Minor. They practiced so hard and all the scrims, and when they went to the tournament, they performed poorly. Because of that specific tournament, Misery knew that something crazy was about to happen. He didn't know he was going to be kicked, but he just felt it. Then he was asked about the inside circle, the drama within. This is what Misery says, and this is very, very juicy. Misery said that nobody from the core of Evil Geniuses were going to be kicked or is ever worried about being kicked. This relates to Sumail, Arteezy, and Crit. Now, he further explains himself, quote, "Nobody will kick Sumail, who is part owner in Evil Geniuses. He is the right hand of Philip Aram, Evil Geniuses COO. Then he goes on to Artour. Artour is Artour. They will not kick him either. And then he talks about Crit. Crit is kind of low key. This means that he's in the shadows. And he is best friends with Artour. And then there's me, the new captain, who is very easy to target." So Misery basically said that Sumail is like the main part of Evil Geniuses. So they will ride or die by him. He is part owner, so he has most of the say. Then comes Artour, who is a legendary carry, who has thousands of followers. If you disrespect his name, thousands of his followers will dislike your video. It's simply going to happen. And then he talks about Crit. Crit is like low key, or you know, he's buddy with Artour. And if you're buddy with someone, you're probably going to have a better angle, more pot of the pie. You know? That's what Misery's saying. He said, I really had no chance to stay because the others were favored over me. And if any mistake was going to be done, it would be directly pointed at me. Then he goes on to say that it became a pretty much of an obvious choice. It was going to happen that his sudden betrayal by Evil Geniuses, you can say, or sudden kick was bound to happen. It was inevitable. So now, what is the future of Misery? Well, he says he was offered to be a coach for Team Pain or Pain Gaming, which is a South American team. And that might be a great choice, but Misery is saying that he is going to try to enter the international through the qualifiers. So he's basically risking or taking a big gamble and trying to enter the international. And he said, if I cannot enter it with another team, then I will try to coach Pain Gaming. But will he still have the job offer? That's the real question. And Misery himself says, I don't know. So if you're in Misery's perspective, he really is in a tough situation. He just got kicked and it's a couple days before the international. And if you don't enter international, you risk a chance of losing tremendous amount of income. The international is the biggest esport tournament ever created. So you know you're bound to be feeling a little sad. Until next time, this is Crystalis Dota. I hope you guys got a better idea of Misery and what he is feeling, what he is thinking about. And perhaps you can relate that to Evil Geniuses and their entire team and how it's, I guess you can say, protected or displayed upon the mass media or the mass public. I hope the Dota world can see a little bit more of the inside stuff within Evil Geniuses. Until next time, this is Crystalis Dota out. By the way, guys, you can win a TI-8 International 2018 Compendium. All you have to do is share, comment, and subscribe to this channel, Crystalis Dota. I really want to support the TI industry, the Dota world. It means so much. So I hope you guys can win. Subscribe, share, and comment.